Okay, guys, the first thing we're going to do today, we're going to grab one of the cloths to wrap items for sterilization in an autoclave. So I'm going to start with my tray with instruments. And the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to bring it up. If you notice, I've turned the cloth diagonally, so it gives me a perfect lever away so I know where to pull it. And if you notice, it's pointing in the direction that the person opening it is going to be able to just pull it and have it ready. The next step, that's number one, right here. Next step, I'm going to bring number two. This is my corner number two, you can call it. And I'm going to put it to guide my person. This one is going to guide them. So it's pointing in that direction. The person will stand on behind it to pull it. Where to pull it to? That is telling you where to pull it to. I'm going to bring my third corner number three, and I'm using my fingers and my hand to iron. Iron, like if I'm going to go on a date and I want my clothes to be wrinkle free, I'm using my hand to iron it. And my corner has to be facing where I want the person to pull. In what direction do they pull? And lastly, I bring and do it as tightly as possible and neatly. That's why we're ironing with our fingers and with our hand. My two arrows are already pointing the person, and I start wrapping it. Okay, so once you are here, you bring it over. And above and back. But the very last one, you want to make sure it's pointing where do you want the person to pull this item to. So we wanted them to pull it in that direction. So we put the arrow pointing in that direction. We are going to get the second cloth that needs to be under. So I'm bringing it over. And again, I start in the middle and bring my first corner over. And you see I'm ironing my paper. Bring it down. And I can leave it here because it's already in the direction that I want the person to pull it from. Number two, bring it over. And I need to tell them, if you notice, I'm using my hand to iron this out and folding the direction that I want the person to fold to. Number three, I'm going to pull, bring it over all the way and put my edge, my lever over where I want the person to know where to pull it from and in what direction. It's in that direction. Finally, I'm going to iron out the creases, wrinkle free. Remember, I want my date to be nice and wrinkle free. The same thing here. When they're doing, you want to do it as neatly as possible. Bring it over and continue wrapping it around and around. Now the second cloth is the one you put your tape and you leave your lever so that it's easy to pull and leave it alone.